Hey, what's going on? Dilo just said this is a little bit cringe and a little bit gay, and he's right. But the best way to support us, if you want to help us out, is to like the video, subscribe, or add us to your library on the podcast app. You can do that now if you'd like. You can also rate the pod. It helps us. Enjoy the episode. All right, what's going on, folks? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another episode of the Bordello. This is our second take here because we started off a moment ago, and I got a little too serious right off the bat. I think I said, folks, what's going on? Welcome back. We're counting down the days to Euro 2024. It is the road to Germany. That was kind of the tone. It was a little too ESPN. We got to take it easy here, okay? We still got a couple of weeks. Dilo. We're, let's not get too crazy now. I'm getting ready to talk about the Euro like it's political affairs. Like I'm analyzing, like geopolitics. I'm pumped. I'm going to be analyzing this like it's the presidential election, okay? It's going to be a lot of fucking fun. But the tone of the pod might shift a little bit. We're going to talk about it like it's the most important thing in the world. And it is. I cannot think of anything more important than the fact that Luciano Spalletti omitted Manuel Locatelli from the 30-man squad. 30 guys?
30, yeah.
30 men. He didn't make it into the 30. We'll talk about that this week. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Spalletti's whole squad. Obviously, we're WOPs, so we're going to focus more on gli Azzurri, but the Euro will be fun because this pod is produced by a young, ruthless gambler who's probably gonna maybe want to talk about his other passion outside of pod producing. It's arbitraging pinnacle. Am I right?
I guess.
Bring the mic a little closer to your face, young man. How are you doing, sir? You feeling a little better? The pod's coming to you guys a day late because we were supposed to record yesterday, Tuesday, to get it out today on Wednesday. It's going to be out on Wednesday today, but it'll be out a little later than normal. And already we're kind of late to the party. We're going to be talking about the Spalletti squad a lot this week. And, I've been juiced. I've been wanting to talk about this for days. I was hoping we can get the pod out as early as possible this week, but it's going to come out a little later because yesterday, humble producer of the pod, Spike Dilo, a name which we are officially canonizing you with. Or bestowing upon you, whatever. You are canonized. I now pronounce you Saint Spike Dilo. Spike Dilo yesterday texted me and said, I don't know what happened. I might have malocchio. I might be hungover. I don't know. He went to I was telling you, he went to a bar in the one area in this part of the city, which is a nice area. We're in the West Island of Montreal. Affluent. It's like maybe the one area in the West Island of Montreal that people could get shanked on a weeknight. You were there playing pool, drinking gin and tonic, sugar and alcohol, no water in the mix. Mm-hmm. You got to be ready. You got to have Pedialyte on at the ready, man. You got to be ready to go at all times. I'm going to need you to dial in a little bit here, okay? Euro 24, it's the road to Germany. We're on the road to Germany here, okay? I know that sounds like a World War II movie, and maybe we'll make a lot of World War II jokes and references throughout the tournament. But so, buckle in. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. It depends. Sometimes the German national team, does something that upsets me, and I just get racist toward Germans, and I make Nazi jokes. It's like every 2 years, I will have a few days where I just get really amped up and go, fucking Nazis. Who knows? We have a lot of fun things on the docket here. The Euro is going to be really exciting, and I'm going to need you to get with the program and dial in. Are you up for the task? Are you up for it? We have a lot of retards that want to hear us talk about fucking Italy. We have a lot of people that if Michael Foloruncio gets taken to the Euro are going to have some problems with it. And they want to hear us talk about it. And they want to hear me say he's not really Italian and so on. And they're going to be mad when I say he's maybe the most Italian guy on the team if you ever heard him speak Roman. He sounds like his bloodstream is guanciale grease. But you have people that listen to this that are going to say, Foloruncio, who is he? He doesn't even have an Italian name, bro. I'm more Italian than him. Are you ready for that, Dilo?
I'm ready.
Good. That's always a fun thing, isn't it? When you accuse someone of not being Italian, you know? Now, again, I am excited for the Euro when a bunch of people who speak English and probably don't speak Italian that well, but try, and that's fine. And I speak Italian because I'm better than them, and that's fine, but that's neither here nor there, right? That's neither here nor there. I happen to speak it kind of well.
How many Italians do you think?
But, yeah.
How many Italians do you think that we're not playing in the Euros this year, that we didn't qualify?
The ones who...
and they'll tune in 2 weeks.
You know what? There's a few, maybe, but I welcome everyone because I want sponsorship dollars is what I want. And I'd rather it not be for like a panettone company or like, respectfully for like local Italian events. I'd rather it be for, I don't know, maybe a gambling company or something. Wouldn't it be great if we got a promo code with like, Bet MGM or something?
And then every time someone uses the code, they put money into our accounts.
Ours or yours?
Both.
I can't trust you. I cannot trust you. I can't trust you. You pulled up a spreadsheet before. You pulled up a spreadsheet and said you want to see my performance. You're tracking it in a spreadsheet.
It's a good idea.
I did tell you this before. It's stuff like that makes me say, I don't even need to know what the results on the spreadsheet are. I don't need to know if you're up or down. The fact that you have a spreadsheet, that tells me you take this seriously, and that's good. And I believe in you, and I think it'll all work out because you're putting your effort into the right places. You're organizing your stuff. You're not doing it erratically. I need that same energy from you the next 6 weeks. Okay.
All right.
It's gonna be Dilo. I'm taking my shirt off in public, and potting, atop a truck on Maurice Duplessis Street in RDP if we win a quarterfinal game. I hope you realize, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have to do crazy things to get attention. All right. We're gonna do it. We might have to just start calling the Germans Nazis.
I think you need to streak an impact game.
I'm gonna streak an impact game
with the Bordello on your stomach.
On my ass cheeks. Hey. My fucking asshole is the O. Man, I don't know, bro. I mean, we'll see. Things might get wild. If I call Germans Nazis now, I'm going to say, I don't think that the team themselves are, but I'm going to look at them, and if ever I just have like a bite down, grit your teeth, I'm going to say, fucking assholes. It's not, I know they're not really there are probably zero Nazis in that team. But the fact that, there's a handful of them, probably a lot of them, that have, family that at one point was sympathetic to that cause, that's enough for me to kind of just write them off forever and call them Nazis forever. For a day, here and there. If we play them, I will do that. I'm going to have to, Dilo, I'm going to have to try to channel the tribalism of the people, So I might have to go there once in a while. I might have to stoop to that level. Are you okay with that? Are you okay with a little tasteful, inter-European racism? Is that all good?
It's fine.
We're gonna be very racist to the Albanians probably in a couple weeks. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna try to go. Now I'm saying this now, okay? I will try to goat the Albanians in a couple weeks. I'm gonna post a lot of clips and I'm gonna try to get a fatwa put out on me by the Albanian people. Because there's not a ton of them in North America, but they exist, and I like them. I do as people, but we're not going to clip this. We're going to clip me at some point mocking them and saying they're not real men. Just all the shit that they don't like. We're going to pull up a list of countries ranked by penis size, Dilo. Where does Albania rank on the list? Italy's playing Albania in a couple of weeks. Am I supposed to be afraid of Albania, bro? Where do they rank on the fucking penis list? I feel like Albanian guys have tiny dicks, and I feel like they're not happy about it. You know what I feel like? I feel like Albanian guys are one of the groups of people that it would be most satisfying to just say in the comment section, cry
63.
more.
63rd spot.
63rd in the world. 14.9 centimeters. How many inches is that? Convert real quick. 14.9. Wow, you're really not even giving them. You're not even giving them fucking 0.1 centimeters here. We're not even rounding it down to fucking. We're not even rounding it up to 15 centimeters. 14.9 centimeters 2 inches. I like that we're not giving him a fucking millimeter here. 5.8 inches. So 5.5 inches would be 5.5 inches. Because, okay, interesting. Under 6. It's very average. That's an average piece. That's not that impressive. For a group of people that say that they're very, that they're the man. Whoa, 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 what the fuck? Where's Italy? Italy's 116th? 12.5 centimeters. Who the fuck? Big. 12.5 centimeters is 4.92 inches. What fucking planet are we living on here? Hang on, we might have to cut this out.
Out of the 4 teams in our group,
Croatia have the biggest penis size.
And Spain are also ahead of us.
We're last in the group?
Yeah.
I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that at all. Where are you going to? Who's fucking funding this?
Datapandas.org.
Data Pandas. Data Pandas. Is this like a Chinese fucking... is it a Chinese data company? I don't believe this. I don't fucking believe this, dude. Oh, Thailand. Number 1 smallest. 9.43 centimeters. No wonder they fucking love European guys over there, huh? They're fucking... You just all have mini clits. Or mini dicks. Big clits. It's kind of cute, just a little Thai. I like the fact that maybe that's why they're very good at like Muay Thai, They just have a little clit. They don't have barely any balls. They just, they can get the head kick up faster. Can you just, I'm sorry. I don't believe this for a second. I need to cross-reference this. I don't like this Data Panda website. I'm not into it at all. I don't believe it for a second. I'm gonna need a little bit of a better cluster of data here. I'm gonna want you to look up Albania here on this website. Here, hang on. It keeps going down. Now it's 14.1 centimeters. All right, which is 5.5 inches. It keeps going down.
Yeah.
Italy's still not great. How many Chinese immigrants have moved to Italy? What the fuck's going on? I saw another list where Italy was like six and change. That's above average.
We're still the smallest.
We're still the smallest in the group on 2 websites. Well, that's fine. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bold-faced lie in a couple weeks and say, maybe I'll just say, hey, Albania, you guys have the smallest dicks in the group, and we'll clip that. I think it'd be fun to just mock the manhood of Albanian people. I do think that'll be fun. I feel like they would get really upset by it, To be fair, there are a lot of Italians that would get really, like, dude, if you start saying Italians have small dicks, you will have a lot of Italians fucking grabbing their balls and saying, over here, fucking, you will have a lot of guys that are listening to this pod that probably won't take too kindly to kind of just retarded insults. There's some, like, what's the worst thing you could say to an Italian kid over here, right? Like a North American Italian guys, you could say you're not a real Italian. I mean, it is funny to just say, bro, you're not a real Italian. It is funny to see guys melt down. I
got in trouble in elementary for saying that.
What did you say?
I told this girl that she wasn't a real Italian.
Yeah.
And then her mom came to the school and told the teacher.
Her mom came to the school. You dishonored the family.
Yeah.
You dishonored the family. How old were you?
9, 8.
What prompted you to say that to this other little girl?
Because she was mostly Greek.
Wow. And her Italian mother came in.
Yeah.
That's her fault. She got in bed. How big is the Greek dick? Look it up real quick. How big is the Greek dick, according to this?
They're smaller.
That's her mother's fault for fucking simping for a smaller dick. She could have had a whole other centimeter, D'Lo. I'm pointing. This is a centimeter. Me. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I believe that, to be honest. I've looked at other lists, and we're in the top half on average globally.
Are we?
Yeah, globally.
112.
I'm not ashamed to say no.
180.
I've looked at lists where we're like in the top 50. I'm not proud to say it's been a topic of conversation on pods since before you were producing it.
Right.
I actually think one of the last episodes that we recorded before you came on, we talked about it at length, or maybe it was. It's possible. I think it might have been. Goddamn, fuck! It might have been like 2 years ago. was an episode I did with Avo, Remy Jimmy. It might have been. I don't know. I'm going back in time. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. So look, I think it'll be fun. It'll be a really fun tournament. I'm really excited for it, and we need to kind of break down the squad here. And I am going to go out on a limb and say I think Italy has the biggest cock on average in that group. I'm confident in whipping out my wiener in any situation, and it's bigger than an Albanian guy. I'm worried about a fucking Albanian guy, dude. Albania. I'm worried about a Muslim guy dude, you can't trust the Albanians because they're Muslim. They say they're real men, but they're just like always afraid that they're homosexuals. All of their whole thing is anal sex, haram. Ooh, if I fuck a woman up the ass, that's haram. I don't believe that Albanians probably adhere to that rule, because I think that they're as people, they're probably very just very gross people. A bit slimy. I feel like they would like anal play. Is this good? Is this racist enough that we can clip? We're gonna have to warm up here. Maybe we'll save it for 2 weeks from now when we when it's like game time and the tensions are high. But we're gonna have to maybe try to just drop a couple of little. We're gonna have to drop some bait in the water. Some little racist bait to try to get them to bite and upset them. That's the sort of thing that the Italians that listen to this will enjoy. Is if I could just get some jokes together and say, Albania, fucking whatever. I think I once called them the Mexicans of Italy, I think is what I called them. I might just hammer that home. I might hammer that home that whole week until we get a fatwa put out on us by our fair opponents. I do like them. Here's the thing. I do enjoy the fact that Albanians all want to be Italian. So that's gonna be hard for them to take a bollocking from their daddy. Maybe I'll start talking about history. Maybe that'd be fun. Let's just do a whole deep dive on the Italian rule over Albania. That'll be good. That'll be good. Hey, remember the time we fucking owned you and you were almost our slaves? Kind of. They don't take kindly to that shit. I called Argentinians our little cousin after they won the World Cup, and a bunch of Argentinian people did not like that. And I think that's kind of complimentary. I think it's kind of cool to be the cousin of Italy. I think it's a nice little relationship that we have, Anyway, but yeah, bro. Yeah, it is funny to just call someone a fake Italian like you did, and then just see them go, no. It isn't like, here's the thing. I get called that sometimes, like on TikTok. People will be like, you're not a real Italian. And I'm not going to engage, because what am I going to say? Yes, I am. But it is, I did once bite and just do a whole video speaking Italian where I think I said, it's funny. It's funny. I'm not Italian, but I speak it. Well, I don't know. My parents are Italian. Jesus, I don't know. I'm a citizen. Well, what more does it take? Anyway, why don't we do a check? I think I said, let's run through a checklist. I got the beard. I'm wearing this fucking canottiere. I said, guardate quella bella barba che tengo, guardate quella canottiera. And then I said, mo guardate sto cazzo. And I just fucking panned it down to my balls just to kind of try to slow roll people into. It was really just a way to waste people's time and then say, sti cazzi, But I thought that was fun. I thought that was clever. But I did, I almost succumbed to it. When you get called not a real Italian, you do kind of want to say, no, I'm more Italian than you. Bro, I remember when I was 12, there was this retard from Laval, and his name was Antoine. But he was like Sicilian, but if for some reason he had like a French name, and everyone will fucking make fun of him. And he tackled the kid. He was a big guy. He tackled the kid to the fucking floor in the gym. And he would be like, bro, I'm more Italian than you. He was 12. He was furious. He just wanted to be among his retarded peers. And we, I guess people wouldn't have it. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of those guys do wind up committing grandfather scams and stuff. And there was we talked about this a few weeks ago. There was a plethora of people in Montreal about my age who some of whom I kind of know who got done for grandfather scams, and they were the types of guys who would be like, bro, like, hey, were you fucking Italian? You're Italian, bro. You sound like you read, bro. What are you, fucking gay? Like, it's who that is. And we want all of them to listen to the fucking Bordello this next month. Let's get into some football here. what did you think of Atalanta killing Bayer Leverkusen's unbeaten streak? I never saw Bayer Leverkusen game all year. I didn't even watch the semifinal against Roma. I heard how they were like, maybe one of the best teams in Europe. First time I saw them, they looked like shit.
Yeah, I had money on Atalanta.
Yeah, good for you. Yeah, because the only people on earth who can outsmart the Bayer company, who produce pharmaceutical drugs for the world, I think on a crazy industrial level. Like they're a massive company. The Bayer company, after whom Bayer Leverkusen is named, the Bayer company based out of Leverkusen, Germany. I think they created aspirin, and I think they were selling cocaine or heroin at one point. They were literally selling like opioids in the fucking early 20th century. But it's not really the point. The point is they're a big pharmaceutical company. The only guys who can outsmart them are Atalanta's fucking medical team. The only guys who can get the players a little more chemically amped up than the guys at Bayer are the people that are injecting Atalanta with whatever they're injecting them with. Did you see they won again on the weekend? I mean, they had to lose. They had to party really hard, get super hungover like Dilo the other day, and fucking Spike Dilo the other day, and just lose the games that remained on the calendar. There were 2 more games for them to play in Serie A. They had to lose those so that Roma could, in 6th place, qualify for the Champions League. But Atalanta probably, again, they're juicing probably, and they want to get on the weekend. They're probably going to win. They might beat Fiorentina in a couple of days, and that'll be it. That'll be them in 3rd place because they have a very advanced, sophisticated medical team. Anyway, so I do just want to say here, so good for them. There's a handful of players on that team that I like. I like, even fucking, what's his name? Is it Matteo Ruggeri? They're right back. He hasn't even got a look in for the national team, but he's playing U21 now. Good young player. Who wound up making the squad from Atalanta? Was it just Scalvini and Scamacca? Right, that's right. I think it was Scalvini and Scamacca. I think that was it.
Yeah, that's it.
Look, let's pull this up here. Do you have it here?
Yeah.
You have it pulled up? Let's overlay this shit. Let's break down the squad that Spalletti called up for the Euro. All right. There's a few points of surprise here, but overall, I think he might have picked the best team that he could have. Arguably, there's a handful of guys that he omitted in any given position, but you can understand the argument for each one. I actually went through like an inventory of all the players in the national pool, and I kind of came to the conclusion that there's only a handful of guys I might have given a closer look to, or wanted to give a closer look, get a closer look at. But also, I'm not the guy who knows how they want to play. He does, and so I do trust him. I think he knows who he needs to kind of play the system he wants to play. And I look, but before we get into this, I want to take you back to this is kind of topical here. I want to take you back to the time that Antonio Cassano in 2012, who says stuff. Cassano always, he's always been a big sayer of stuff. He loves, saying controversial things. I like him. I've heard him in long form on pods. Have you ever heard him speak on like Bobo TV or like Musca Salvaggio? Have you actually like listened to him speak?
A little while ago.
He knows what he's talking about. He's funny. He's controversial. But I will say at one point, what I like about him, he's very honest. And I think at one point he said maybe the most probably bang on like honest bro thing I've ever heard. In 2012, there was a weird journalist who came out and he he claimed that there were like homosexuals in the Italian national team. Do you remember this?
No.
Okay. You could look this up here, actually, and we're going to get back to the squad in a sec here. There's a reason for this. But, just look up Italian national team homosexuals, Cassano, 2012. Here we go. So I think during a press conference in 2012, before the Euro, Antonio Cassano stated that his preference was for there to be no gay players on the squad and used a derogatory description. He was subsequently fined by UEFA for making homophobic comments. A few months later, on February 1st, 2013, Cassano had a locker room brawl with his then coach at Inter, Andrea Stramaggioni. Okay, that's unrelated. I guess it's probably in the controversies section of his Wikipedia page. Here we go. Here's an article from The Guardian in 2012. Antonio Cassano hopes there are no gay players in Italy's squad. As if to say, hey, wait, mi raccomando, don't come out. The Italy forward caused controversy for saying that he hopes there are no homosexual players on the team at Euro 2012, and he used a derogatory term to describe gays. When asked about media reports that there were 2 metrosexual players and 2 homosexual players in the Italy squad, the Milan forward said, "What's a metrosexual?" Before adding, "Queers in the national team, that's their business, but I hope not." By the way, queers was a derogatory term back in the day. Now it's like their word. But so here's the thing. So he apologized and whatever. Homophobia is not a point of view that I share. I didn't want to offend anyone. I absolutely don't want to put a person's sexual freedom under discussion. But except he did answer a question. He goes, "I only said that it was a problem, which was nothing to do with me, and I don't let myself express judgments on other people's choices, which all should be respected." Okay, anyway, he totally backtracked. I do like the fact that he said gays. Well, I certainly hope not. But here's the thing. There was some douchebag reporter that was saying, in the Italy squad, there is homosexuality. There are 2 gay people, in fact, and I know this because I'm a gay man, and I think he claimed to have had a relationship with one of them. Then he said 2 metrosexuals. By the way, this is the Italy squad. The whole team is metrosexual. I do like the fact that Cassano didn't know what a metrosexual was. I got news for you, Cassano. You're a metrosexual. He is. That's a fact. But I remember him just... I like the fact that he just called him out. I was like, bro, what are you talking about? What's a metrosexual? And then he goes, 2 gays in the national team? Hope not. At the time, people speculated that one of them was Thiago Motta. People speculated that. He's about to be, if he's not been named coach at Juve yet, he's about to be named head coach at Juve. And he might bring a couple of guys over from Bologna. I guess Calafiori might come over. But I don't know. So... it's just kind of it's kind of like a piece of Italian, football heritage, right? From a Euro years past. Was that 12 years ago? I do like the fact that we never outed who was gay. The guy who was kind of making these pompous claims saying, I know there's queers in the national team because I've flirted with a few of them. That guy was being provocative. He could have been full of shit. Who knows? It's not really the point. But there were allegations that Thiago Motta was gay. Who do you think would be gay in this team? Because that was a good team we had. We almost won the tournament. Who would be gay in this team? Who do you reckon? I'm looking at the team here. I'm thinking, does anyone stand out? Dilo. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is straight fucking group, which I like. I like this team, dude.
Scalvini, maybe.
I was thinking Scalvini because he has the look, but I also think he looks a little like Rocco Siffredi. I could see him banging women. I think this is a really straight group of guys. There's a bunch of straight shooters right here. That's good. That's valuable. They all play in Italy. Every single one of them except for 3 of them. 2 in England, 1 in France. I mean, and 2 of those guys are goalkeepers. This is a very proper Italian team. There's a bunch of players that play in Italy that eat pussy. And I like that. Okay? I really fucking like this group. Let's run through the list here. Who do we have in goal? Why don't you read off the names we got? And what we'll do is we'll kind of go on the fly, talk about some omissions and maybe some surprising conclusions. Who we got in goal, Dilo?
Donnarumma, Meret, Vicario, Provedel.
Do you care about any of these picks?
Nope.
That's the correct answer. Vicario's back up. Donnarumma's starting. He's going to play every game. I think Provedel's probably going to get in. I do think it's interesting to see who the third goalkeeper is because Spalletti's a very smart guy. I think he's aware of the fact that when you go to a major tournament, the value that an extra goalkeeper can have is like, as a joker up the sleeve in the event that you want to, just kind of a wild card up your sleeve, right? You kind of play a joker card in the event that you want to like throw a wrench in the gears of maybe a penalty shootout, right?
No, but Donnarumma still.
That's the thing is Donnarumma is really good at saving penalties. It's one of the things he's best at. But, if Donnarumma's hurt, he might take, Provedel over Meret as the backup if he thinks that Provedel's better at saving,
Throw him in 90th minute if we need a goal.
He's an aerial threat. Exactly. I'm a little surprised that Karnesecki didn't get called up, but whatever. Who cares? He's younger, and that's it. Nothing there. Not much there. I do think that, look, meritocratically, the third goalkeeping position is for like a leader or a guy who should be kind of getting ushered in, like a new face maybe. Di Gregorio had a good season, probably deserved it. Karnesecki also probably deserved it. We have a lot of good goalkeepers, so whatever. Maybe 6 really like almost world class ones, depending. Whatever, world class.
Should be able to trade them.
Yeah, who would you like to get in return? Fucking just 3 goalkeepers for just one guy who could score just 12 goals instead. It doesn't have to be crazy. Just an additional forward, maybe. What if we just sacrifice 3 goalkeepers and said, please, can you just give us Tonali back? We'll kill Di Gregorio, Meret, and Karnesecki. We will slaughter them live on Italian television so that we can end the ban for Sandro Tonali. Please, we need to just kind of satisfy the football gods or something. I like it. We should be able to. I don't want to trade him. I want to kill him. I want to sacrifice him for just one Tonali. I think that's a good trade right there. So yeah, I think so. Meret gets cut probably. I think Provedel makes it, even though Meret has won a tournament before. He was on the bench, so I think Provedel gets in. Those are the only omissions there, just meritocratically. Points of note. In defense, which is where we get to the real meat and potatoes. Yeah, who do we got?
Darmian, Acerbi, Di Lorenzo, Bastoni, Di Marco, Mancini, Scalvini, Buongiorno, Cambiaso, Bellanova, Calafiori.
Okay, so again, Darmian. Let's segment them off here, okay? Center backs, we've got Acerbi, Bastoni, Scalvini, Buongiorno,
Mancini.
For sure. Mancini can play in the midfield as well. Probably won't ever, but kind of versatile, but fine. Mancini as well. That's 5. Then we have Darmian, who's going to play as a center back in a back 3. And we have Calafiori, who could play as a center back in a back 3 as well. I think that's valuable. We were talking about the left back position last week. I do like what he did here. He picked Di Marco, and that's it. He has Darmian, who can play on the left, but won't, because he'll never be, Di Marco's never going to come out, basically. We have Cambiaso, who can play on the left, but will probably only ever play on the right. Probably. But if Di Marco ever does come out, it's probably him. Calafiori is kind of, he's very capable as a left back as well. He's quite capable as a left back. He's a good versatile defender who can kind of play across that back line. So I like the fact that he's kind of Spalletti's doing a smart thing here, Dilo. You know what he's doing? He's picking a good tournament team. You know what I'm saying? You need guys that are versatile. You need guys that you don't need to have depth at club level where you need 3 left backs for a whole season. You just need, it's a month long, okay? It's fucking 7 games, and you need guys that are able to fill in the event that one guy, the best guy, steps out. But you want the deputies to be able to do other things. Because if you take Emerson Palmieri, you're taking a guy who can only play one fucking position. So I like the fact that Calafiori's there because I think you might actually have a number of guys that can kind of float around the back line. I think that's the smartest thing to do. It's how the Italian defense used to look, by the way. Like Cristian Zaccardo, who's not a great defender, for example, but just as an example, in 2006, was able to play as a right back, was able to play as a center back. Andrea Barzagli was a pure center back, but he even sometimes will be deployed as a right back. A very defensive one, but I don't know. It's a good thing to have is guys that are versatile. It's why, Alessandro Florenzi would always get called up, I think, for a while. He was very versatile. He could play in the midfield. He wound up playing as a right back, even while he was technically kind of still playing as a midfielder for Roma. So I like this quite a bit. So Romagnoli got omitted. It's not a surprise at all, but it's maybe like one of the few guys who is good enough to play who just never gets a look in for some reason. Otherwise, who else do I have here? In terms of surprising omissions, I didn't really have any. Other than, I guess so Federico Gatti gets cut. Fine. Alessio Romagnoli gets cut. Fine. So Leonardo Spinazzola, when he's on form, is still like maybe one of the best fullbacks we have. He's fucking dynamic. We made a choice. Di Marco's also pretty good going forward. I guess we chose to take guys that are more versatile, in the backup position. Otherwise, I mean, there really isn't anyone who is like glaringly omitted. So who gets cut here? I think Bellanova gets cut.
Yeah.
I think he likes him. Here's the thing. So we need to cut down to 26 guys. So we're cutting one goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
So we're down to 29 guys. Right off the bat, I'm saying Bellanova probably doesn't make the cut.
2 defenders, 1 midfielder.
I'm saying 1 defender gets cut and 2 midfielders get cut. That's what I'm guessing, but I don't know that. Let's get into the midfield here. There's a few more omissions in midfield, and this is kind of where it gets a little more. This is where there's a little more controversy, perhaps.
Barella, Jorginho, Cristante, Pellegrini, Fratesi, Ricci, Fagioli, Foloruncio.
Fagioli's a big one. Fagioli makes the squad. That's an interesting pick. I want to say I'm liking Nicola Fagioli a lot the last 3 weeks. Have you seen what he's been up to? He had a great game against Monza on the weekend. He started. He almost scored a really nice goal. Great run. Hit the crossbar. But he's back, man. He moves the ball well. He moves well with the ball. He moves well off the ball. He's arguably he's maybe a better player. He's certainly a hotter hand right now than Manuel Locatelli. I think, Spalletti saw what Locatelli can offer and decided that he's just not into it. Samuele Ricci played every fucking minute of every game pretty much for Torino as a young player who's good box to box on the ball and who frankly deserves to get called up. He does. Manuel Locatelli is just a bigger name. He's won a Euro before. It's an omission for that reason. He's got good physical play, but so does Foloruncio, So Locatelli was pissed. He fucking posted a black screen. Did you see this? He posted a black screen on his story, just like a day of death, like his uncle died, like his teammates all just died in a car crash or something, or on a bus crash. Whatever.
That must feel awful, though. You played the whole season. Fagioli didn't play a single game. He hasn't played in months.
Just a decrepit gambler.
Like, you took him?
Yeah. But, Fagioli's been training all year with the team, right? Fagioli hasn't been jerking off and talking at schools all the time. I mean, not in that order. Hopefully, if he is doing it, he's doing it in that order. He's jerking off before he goes to the school instead of, after, all horned up. It'd be a little weird. Listen, so Daniele Rugani got married the other day. I don't know if you saw this. I will send you pictures to overlay. I was sent this by Kevin from Turin Giants, who lives in Turin, and he's live on the ground. And a friend of his sent him shots from the ground at the church, Daniele Rugani's wedding to that crazy lady. She feels like a little bit of a nut. I think she's come out in the media. I think she really likes, I don't remember what it is about her. I think she might have been a TV presenter. I just feel like she's got a weird aura about her. I remember years ago thinking this lady's nuts. It could have just been a look in her eyes. I forget what her name is. Doesn't matter. But she feels like a lady who you don't want to upstage at her wedding. I have pictures here of Nicolò Fagioli. These are exclusive images of Nicolò Fagioli at Daniele Rugani's wedding to a crazy lady, where he showed up wearing white. He wore white to a wedding. He upstaged the bride. He's back. You're going to tell me that Italy's fucking 116th on the dick list? This guy's got a fucking 9-inch dong, bro. There's no way. He's got massive balls. I want him there. 100%. Okay? I like Fagioli very much. And he's got big-ass balls. And I like the fact that... Listen, the fact that he used to gamble, problematically, is good. Dilo. You gamble. Mm-hmm. Does the fact that Fagioli had a gambling problem endear you more or less to him?
More.
Of course.
It's relatable.
Yeah, it's relatable. But it's more than relatable. It means that he's just a savage. It means he's a savage, bro. He's wearing white to weddings. He's got big balls. He's upstaging the fucking bitch wife, You cannot wear white to a wedding. It's insane. It's like the one faux pas. And it's not even a woman. He's a guy. Wearing a white suit to a wedding like an angel. I want him in. He's not getting cut. If he gets cut, I throw hands. He gambles. He's ballsy. I like it. He's got, he's got a real... the fact that he gambled a lot means that he's got a real... He's got a thrill-seeking streak. That's good. It's a positive thing. It means that he has probably high fucking testosterone, dude. I want a high T fucking team. I want Scalvini and fucking... I want all the Atalanta players that have Italian passports in this team, dude. They're all fucking juiced. I want high testosterone. Fucking Fagioli's gambling and fucking playing for Juve, bro. Not even playing. He's still gambling and fucking. He's still a fucking beast. Not even playing for Atalanta. Just not playing for Juve. Gambling, fucking big balls. He's on high T naturally. I like him very much. Locatelli gets omitted. Locatelli's he's giving me this past year, Locatelli's kind of been giving me bitch energy. Like bitchy energy. He bitched in the media a little bit about like needing new players, needing to play a different way under Allegri. Shut up. I don't care. Listen, he may be right. He's allowed to his opinion. He may think that he's not being, used to the best of his ability by the coach. Bro, if you come out and you tell me that the coach needs to go and we need to play a different way, shut up. Fucking play better. Play harder. I don't know. I get that he's kind of been played a little out of position. I think he's good box to box. I don't love him as a deep line playmaker. But it's like, I don't know, man. Maybe he has legitimate grievances. Maybe he has, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe he has like real reason to think that he's being, mismanaged. But right there, I don't like that. That means he's probably not. He's not swinging his balls around, man. Fagioli's feeling good right now. He's high on life. He got included in the team. He's fucking starting for Juve again. He got away with the gambling thing. He barely affected his career at all. He signed a new contract this year. He got called up to the national team. He's got big balls. He's fucking walking around going to weddings in white. That's a guy who you want to bring to a tournament. That's a hot hand right there. People are saying it's a scandal. It's a bad example. Shut up, fuck. Shut up, you fucking pussy. You're offended. Dilo, how gay is it that there's people offended that he gambled? How infuriating is it? Well, che esempio fa per la gioventù di oggi? Shut up, fuck. Shut up, it's Italy. Everyone gambles in Italy. It's the Italian national team. Everyone fucking goes to bars and gambles. He's a bro. It's a team of the people. Back me up. Say preach.
Preach.
Fucking damn right. You were in Calabria last year. Do your cousins gamble?
I wasn't really with my cousins.
Nice. What the fuck were you doing?
I went with my cousins from here.
Oh, excuse me. You guys all traveled in packs together. The Americani. Don't even look at them. Medusa will turn to stone. I don't know, bro. I have a cousin in Calabria who started smoking when he was 12. They're all degenerates. He works. He's a great guy. He's building a house. He's 23. He's building a house. He's going to get married soon, probably. He's a degenerate. I love him. His father, my uncle, he runs the fucking local Seconda Categoria team there. He's a beast. My uncle's a beast. He drives like a fucking monster. He drives like he loves Scuderia Ferrari, and he drives his fucking Alfa Romeo like a monster. And he's a bank manager. He's a regular guy. He works. He has a family. He's a beast. He lives in a town and he fucks. He's got a pot and he probably fucks my aunt, my cousin. Well, I don't care. That's Italy, bro. That's Italy. It's for everyone. Invest in tech. Milan. Fucking, let's get tech companies to go to Milan. Let's give them tax breaks. Shut up. Gamble. Go to the bar. Have a coffee. Watch soccer. Have sex. Anally. Wear a white suit to a wedding. Fuck you, Manuel Locatelli's giving me the wrong kind of energy. I like him. He's giving me the wrong energy right now, bro. I don't know. I feel like he's probably a shell of himself and no confidence. That's my take on basically the Fagioli Locatelli thing. I don't know. Do you agree? You mad that Locatelli's not there?
I mean, I said it last week that I didn't think he was.
You did. I will. You know what? I will give you your flowers. I'm sorry. I didn't even. I totally forgot about that. You did call it, and I thought you were nuts. I was convinced he was a surefire lock. I didn't think Bonaventura would get in because I didn't think he had a good game in New York. But by the same token, Locatelli probably didn't get in because he didn't show great last time out. Didn't have a superb run of results at the end of the year. But I still thought that just his name was enough to carry him through. He doesn't make it. All right, fine. Meritocratic. Think about this team right here, okay? Barella, Jorginho, and
Fagioli.
Maybe. Hang on.
Fagioli's coming off the bench.
Work backwards. Barella, Jorginho, Pellegrini probably start the tournament.
Yeah.
Fratesi gets
Fratesi's
in regularly.
No. Fratesi's getting cut.
No, he's making the team.
No.
Really?
His sister. She's going to cause problems.
Who's she dating?
Weston McKennie.
That's right.
But
that's right.
Some of the players are going to...
What are you doing? What are you starting rumors? You little naughty boy. What are you doing, Spike?
I heard Spadori. No, I'm kidding.
Raspadori's like he's the
I'm
most
kidding.
innocent. Bro,
That's
Raspadori.
why I said it.
I saw a video. I saw a picture of Giacomo Raspadori with his like childhood sweetheart from Modena, who's pregnant with their first child. Do the gender reveal at Christmas with a panettone, a little pink panettone. You're gonna tell me that little sweet boy is fucking Fratesi's sister?
I heard he DM Fratesi's sister.
By the way, wait.
No, I'm fucking around.
All right. Damn, dude. Imagine Raspadori was a little... You know what? Italy's a country, dude, where Raspadori, though, this sweet little innocent boy who everyone wants, their schoolboys to grow up to be like. Italy is a country where he could be a demon. You never know. You legit never know. I do think he's a good boy. I like him a lot. Very smart. Happy he's in the team. But, okay, we'll get to the forwards in a moment here. But look, Barella, Jorginho, Pellegrini. Excuse me. Jesus Christ. Need water. It doesn't matter. Power through. Barella, Jorginho, Pellegrini start for me, for sure. I think Fratesi makes it, and I think he has to. I think he's done really well every time he's gotten called up. I think Cristante makes it because he's got something to offer. He's got experience. He's, pretty reliable defensively. And I think Fagioli's got a lot of quality. I think he's a good box-to-box player. I think he takes the Locatelli spot. I think that, Ricci and Foloruncio are on the chopping block. But they both offer something interesting and could both be used in the team for that reason. But I do think that Foloruncio's probably the least technically reliable guy. Maybe? Is that fair? He's all right on the ball, but I
don't really watch him.
I haven't seen a ton of him, yeah. But I feel like he is a real bruiser. He reminds me a bit of like kind of a bit of the way De Rossi played. De Rossi was okay technically. He was pretty good technically, actually. Look, a lot of people are mad that Verratti's not there. So am I. He's good enough to make it. And by the way, there are other players in the Middle East who got called up. You don't have to not play anymore when you leave, the country that you...
Yeah, one in Turkey too.
Sorry?
One in Turkey too.
Balotelli, I would never be mad if Balotelli got called up. It's obviously insane too. But, soap opera, yes, please. It would have given us a lot to talk about, dog. I think that, look, Otavio got called up by the Portugal team. Plays for Al Nassr with fucking Ronaldo. Like, I don't know. The Qatar league is pretty bad, dude. It is a horrible league. The Saudi league does at least have a little bit of sex appeal still. Like, Brozovic is getting called up. Here's why I think... Listen, I'm hearing a lot of people say... By the way, I saw a video of Jamie Carragher predicting the group the other day. Okay? He said that he thinks Italy's going to come in third place. And he said that he thinks that we're probably going to be one of the bottom third place teams because of the fact that all the games are going to be really tight. There's going to be a lot of parity in that group. Is he fucking nuts, dude? Have you seen the Croatia team? It looks like shit. It's an awful team. They got Modric. He's fucking 40 years old. I know he's a good technical player. Okay, fine. They got one guy. They got a midfield general. Brozovic would not have made the Italian national team had he gone to Saudi Arabia. Brozovic, playing at Inter, gets into the Italian national team. Probably. Good enough. Saudi Arabia, it's done. We have standards. The Croatians have none. They got no fucking players. Okay? They don't. They have guys playing in Croatia in this team. Their forwards are awful. Kramaric. Canada had a pretty competitive game against them a couple years ago. They do not scare me one bit. I think Spain are weaker than they've been recently. I think they're a young team. It's always impressive how many young kids they bring through. But dude, I don't know. We just have to beat Albania in the first game, and then all we have to do is just kind of chill against Spain. If we could draw them, we're through pretty much. Almost mathematically. Almost, depending on how the results go. But at that point, even if we finish like third place on 4 points somehow, we're going to finish above other third place teams. Fucking Cara, dude. Cara has England going through to the semifinal. Like, dude, no. Like, just no. He's fucking nuts, man. I think a lot of people do think that Italy are kind of cooked because we fell off. We are still the champions of the tournament. Like, we have half the team currently, I think, is returning. Half the team. About half. It's a good number of guys that have experience, man. So I don't know, but I do think the fact that like Verratti doesn't even get a look and being as good as he is worth something. N'Golo Kante got called back up again. That's a creative decision. Like France didn't have to do that. Deschamps was a bit of a crazy call, but Kante's Kante. You're not gonna be mad that France are bringing Kante to a major tournament. Likewise, no one's gonna be mad if you bring Verratti to a tournament. So it chose not to. Tonali is whatever. He's out for a little while, so nothing we could do there. But who's on the chopping block here for you, bro?
In the midfield?
Yeah.
I think Fagioli's on the chopping block.
I think he's look at me. I think he's a fucking lock.
You think?
He's Dr. Locks. He's in.
Based on everything we've seen so far of other players not getting called up, he hasn't really played. We'll see how it
doesn't matter. He's been training. I think he'll be fine.
I want to see it.
He's gonna play the friendlies.
I want to see it. Well, I don't know if
he's gonna impress in training, man. I'm telling you, he's loose.
I hope so.
He's loose.
I hope so.
He's
And
loose.
Folorunso, just because I don't really know much about him.
I think Folorunso and Ricci probably don't make it. But if Folorunso's there, it's for a reason. It's because they want to take a serious look at him and decide if they want to.
And Fratesi for other reasons.
His fucking hua, his little hua sister. You turning racist?
Not racist.
You don't like the fact that
she might not be good for the locker room.
She's a night rider? Is that what you're suggesting?
No. Oh shit!
Federico.
Yeah, one of the two has to go.
one of them has to go. Yeah. Folorunso's a better looking guy than McKennie too. It's like, I'm sorry, but Folorunso's also got the same skin tone. But he speaks Italian. This thing that she might like the McKennie, the fact of not speaking any of the same language. You ever think about how great it'd be to just have a partner, like a wife or girlfriend, who just doesn't speak English? It's like it's a little awkward when you bring her around your family too, because it's like, yeah, this is my girlfriend, fucking Juanita. She's Colombian and she speaks no English. It's like, yeah, I wonder what you guys talk about. You're basically just saying, yeah, this is the lady I've been fucking nonstop, and we don't do anything else because there's nothing else to do. You ever think about that? All McKennie's doing is just fucking Fratesi's sister. That's all he's doing. I do kind of like that, though. I do appreciate that about McKennie, that he's fucking the sister of a fucking Interista.
Rival.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It is nice. All right, so in attack, I think... So,
no one's getting cut from there.
I don't know that anyone is either. So we got Chiesa, El Shaarawy, Raspadori, Scamacca, Orsolini, Retegui, and Zaccagni. Thank Christ Zaniolo got hurt because there's no awkward vibes now. That was always a thing. Those guys don't like each other, and you don't really want that at a tournament. It's kind of always been like a real issue, kind of a thing that people were worried about, is that, if these guys are ever going to be able to coexist. And look, I will say I would have taken Grifo ahead of El Shaarawy, 1,000%.
No.
Yeah, I would have.
El Shaarawy off the bench.
I like El Shaarawy. I think I would have taken Grifo. I like the fact that Grifo could drop a little deeper. He's an attacking midfielder, and I kind of like that. He plays out wide. Now, look, I do want to look through this list here for a sec. We have seven names, 7 forwards. 3 of them are central, and I think they're all staying. I think Retegui, Scamacca, and Raspadori all make it. By the way, kudos to fucking Scamacca for having the end of season that he did, because he was not in the team in March, and he forced his way back in, deservingly so. One of the best forwards we have. Chiesa gets in, 1,000%. Starts on the left, and Orsolini probably starts on the right. Now, Zaccagni could play on the left or the right, but he'll probably...
I think you need a backup for both of them.
Well, Zaccagni's the right. He's probably going to be the right winger. Doesn't matter. Zaccagni's kind of he's a versatile winger who could play either side. El Shaarawy is the second, understudy winger. What's the fucking word? I don't know. The fill-in. It doesn't matter. You need, if you're going to play with wingers, you need 4 of them for sure. And we have 4 all-out wingers, and that's good. That's fine. That's fair. I do think the fact that Zaniolo got hurt meant El Shaarawy got in. So I think Politano was never getting in. I like him. That's an omission. That's a notable omission, but, it's a choice. It's a creative decision. It's a creative decision, I guess. I still would have taken Grifo over fucking El Shaarawy. And here's the thing. I think El Shaarawy might get cut.
I don't think any of them.
Here's why I think El Shaarawy's getting cut. I think Chiesa's never coming off the left flank, but if he has to for whatever reason, we're going flex. I think Raspadori flips out, but I do think that's less likely to happen than this, which is Lorenzo Pellegrini left wing. He plays left wing a lot. I think Lorenzo Pellegrini is very good up top. He's very good and as a more attacking, supportive role. And I think he's kind of the sneaky additional winger that we have. I do think that. So, we were talking about Calafiori kind of being like the sneaky understudy left back, even though he's probably going to get taken on as a center back. I think that Lorenzo Pellegrini probably gets El Shaarawy out of the team. I'm predicting that El Shaarawy gets cut. I think Ricci gets cut. I think Bellanova gets cut, and I think Meret gets cut. That's what I think. I think it's one from each position. I think that's how he's viewing it. I think he's probably going to say, look, I'm releasing one guy. I'd be shocked if it was Zaccagni who got cut. And that'd be borderline criminal. You agree with that, right? Zaccagni's got to play.
Yeah.
He's got to get in to the team, But, there aren't a ton of crazy omissions. Again, I like Gnonto. He was never getting in. Zaniolo's injured, so makes that decision easy. Who the fuck else could we have, called up in midfield? Right? I'm looking here. Maybe Eduardo Bove, Tommaso Baldanzi. That was never happening. You know what I'm saying? And they were probably looked at, but, Samuel Ricci's better than both of them, and so is Foloruncho. Foloruncho offers more than both of them currently. Then Baldanzi's kind of an attacking midfielder, and I think we have enough of that kind of flair as is. It's a good team overall. I do think we're going to probably look to play a 3 at the back. That's what I think.
We saw him test it out.
I think he might do it, Matt. I think Cambiaso plays as the right midfielder.
Don't love it.
And I think DiMarco plays as the left midfielder. You don't love that? Why? Because you don't like the 2 midfield pivots?
When they switched from the 5-back to the 4-back in the friendlies we played, when was it? A couple months ago? 2 months ago?
Yeah, in March.
Once they switched back to the 4-back, they looked better. They looked out of place with the 5-back.
I think he's got a lot of center backs because he's anticipating doing it. Let us see, man. Let's see. I'm pumped. It's a good squad. I'm intrigued to see who he keeps around. That's kind of where I'm at right now. There are a few things he could do which would make me flip out. I'm throwing hands if Fagioli gets omitted. I'm very upset because I don't think that's based on football, football or anything. And the fact that he's there, I think he's getting in 1,000%. There's no way unless Spalletti just wants to take a look at him to see how he looks, how he's been keeping. Because I literally don't think it would have been illegal for him to call him up, right? In March. By the way, was he banned from all footballing activities to the point that he couldn't have just been, what if they called him and said, hey, we have our official list of call-ups for the games. Wait, Nigo, come down, hang out with the boys. It's a free country. It's a free fucking country, Did he do that?
No.
Probably not, because it's bad for morale, but I don't know. We forget how involved he's still been in football, So I like the team. Do you have anything you kind of would like to state? Anything that's, maybe a little upsetting to you or anything that you really are lobbying for here? Do you care that Fabian didn't get included as a midfielder? He's a good midfielder. Sorry?
I'm pressed.
You're pressed, bro. Colpani. A lot of people. Bro, I saw this one fucking guy, dude. I'm sure he's a good kid. He's like Juve Fan TV, I think. Juventus Fan TV.
The British?
The British guy, yeah. Looks like Miretti. Yeah. Miretti, by the way, another guy who omitted. I might have, some people were saying you include him over Fagioli. I think Fagioli's better. Yeah, he's better. I don't hate Miretti, but, we're trying to build a winning team here, So, anyway. Yeah, that dude, this whole take of or this whole trend of, it's not even a trend. This whole fallacy of going for controversial names needs to stop. People do this thing often where they say, this is how Italy could shape up. And it just makes no sense. It's like fucking Scalvini, Bastoni, fucking Cambiaso on the right. Di Lorenzo's not going to start. He probably will right off the bat. Di Marco on the left. Then it's like Colpani as the fucking right winger. He's having a great season at Monza. Fucking Scamacca, Zaccagni instead of Chiesa. What do you... Miretti in the team. I saw this kid build a team. Dude, it was one of the worst attempts at building a team ever. And he's got this weird, yeah. He sounds like Rio Ferdinand. He's like, oh, yeah. I would take Andrea Colpani. Right, yeah. He's having a great season at Monza. He's, anyway. I'm sure he's a good kid. We know people in common over the internet. Like, who cares? Like he's gonna punch me. But it's like a lot of people do this thing where they're like, where's so and so? Where's Colpani? Bro, chill. This is a good team. It's a good fucking team. Andrea Colpani. What has he done? He scored fucking 5 goals in a month at Monza in September. He cooled off since. He's an okay player. All right. We're not Albania. We have depth. It's a good team. So, all right, friendlies are starting next week, so we're gearing up for it, man. We're going all in on this Euro thing. I don't think we can win it. That's not true. I don't think we will win it. I think we can because we have good enough players. I mean, we're not hungry. You know what I'm saying? We have depth. We have a lot of guys that play at a top level all the time. Semifinal. Is that what we should go for? If we go to the semifinal, we would surprise people, which feels crazy, by the way. Anytime you're playing Italy, everyone's like, "Fuck."
I don't like saying semifinal because if we make to the semifinal, then you obviously want to see them go further.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I don't have the same excitement as, or no, sorry, I don't have the same
expectation,
desire to win as last time. I don't want it like I don't have the hopes.
Yeah.
Because we already won it.
That's fair.
If it was a World Cup, it'd be different.
That's so true. I'm so starved for a World Cup, bro. But once it starts, we're in.
Yeah.
Once it starts and it gets interesting, it doesn't feel like it's on the cards right now. I don't know why. New coach, it just feels super unlikely that we're gonna win with back-to-back tournaments with different coaches. Like the odds feel like almost zero. But the thing with us is we bomb early or we go on a run. We very rarely. I find we don't like really go out in semifinals. We just make finals or we make finals or we're barely even there.
Germany shootouts.
That's fair. That was round of 16 or that was quarters. Yeah, we beat Spain in the round of 16 that year, 2016. Look, man, Sven-Goran Eriksson, by the way, he came out the other day and said, you remember Sven-Goran Eriksson, this fucking old English coach, this cancer-ridden fucking old Swedish coach who used to coach Lazio in the fucking 80s, came out and said, I don't think Italy could win it. Like, I really don't think. Hey, Sven, take your cancer and go die. Fuck you, Are you crazy? It's Italy, bro. Italy could win any fucking tournament. France can win any tournament. Germany can win any given tournament.
England can.
England can very likely not win any given tournament. Yet for some reason, they always think they're going to win. They think this is the best team they've ever fucking had. We have a golden generation. Yeah, Phil Foden, yeah. Fuck you, you chavs.
Cole Palmer in it.
Bro, Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer... Okay, this is one of those. This is a very Juve fan TV take here. Cole Palmer wouldn't even fucking get into Udinese right now. I'm not even kidding you. Udinese narrowly avoided relegation. Is he good enough? Yeah, sure, fine. Chelsea's a bigger team than Udinese. All right, I don't care. He wouldn't get in. The fucking coach of Udinese wouldn't get him in. By the way, neither would Kobe Mainu. That's maybe more of a damning indictment on Italian coaching than anything else. But does Cole Palmer play for Napoli? I'm not even joking. What the fuck is Cole Palmer gonna do if you bring him on? Oh, he's got the most goals. Who even is he? How does he? I feel like he's like a FIFA regen. He's a FIFA regen guy who just got 20 goals this year somehow. How does he have 20 goals? I'm serious. I've never seen. I wouldn't know Cole Palmer if he walked in here and kicked me in the nuts. I wouldn't recognize him from a hole in the wall. Is that me? Do I have no ball knowledge? Sorry. I don't think Cole Palmer is going to do anything in the Euro. Can I be wrong? Oh, there he is. Lovely. Okay. Looks like he works at Nando's. I don't know. It's the sort of shit that you would say about Harry Kane, too, when he just burst onto the scene at 21, 22. You're like, who the fuck is this guy? Now he's a bona fide, stud. All right, fine. But I just don't think England would beat Germany. I don't think England would beat Spain. I don't think England would beat Portugal. I don't think England would beat France. I don't think England would beat Italy. So what then? You're going to get out of your fucking group with Slovakia, Slovenia, whoever the fuck you got. Who's in their group? Hungary? I don't know, man. Like... this idea that England can win any given tournament is. I don't think England. It's a hilarious idea. I don't think England's going to win a tournament in our lifetime. Do you?
I think so.
You think they will? Nah, they fuck themselves. They fuck themselves too much. Every tournament, they always think they're going to win it. They're nuts. They're fucking insane, dude. Let's see. Look, anyway, we'll have time to get, more into this shit in the weeks to come. If you're just tuning in now for the first time, you're just kind of coming around as the Euro's approaching, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. If you'd like, you could add us to your library on like Spotify or Apple. That helps us. You could listen to us in the car or whatever. Because we're gonna be doing a lot of Azzurri heavy shit for the next month or so. The Calcio pod is back, bro, for all intents and purposes. So rejoice. You can follow me at I'm Sam Adamo if you're so inclined. And until next time, for Spike Dilo, I'm more Italian than you. Thank you. Ciao.